Well, ladies and gentlemen, look at this. What do you reckon, eh? Yeah, marvellous. Gonna give this a go. I got chased by one the other week. Don't know if you might remember. I said, ooh, being chased by an Africa twin. Yeah, well, now it's my turn to have a go, see what it's like. Well, look at that. Numbers coming out my ear, and crikey, lots of buttons, but we'll get going, go and do the boatyard, see what that's like. Into gear. Ah, sounds lovely. It's got like 2 speedos. Yeah, so look at this. Very comfortable. Feel like I'm sat in a chair. Feel like I'm on Starship Enterprise or something. So it's the Honda Africa Twin Adventure Sports, or Sports Adventure. Handles quite well. Smooth on those, low speed. Nice screen. I've got it, it's adjustable, it's the size it'll go for me. It's yeah, 1100 cc's, so 550 per pop. So it's like 2 Berties strapped together. Marvellous. The engine does 100 brake horsepower. It means nothing really. It feels like it's got loads of torque. A little bit like me really. Oh, don't want to get splashed by that. Oh, it pulls okay. Let it labour a little bit too much there. Quite vibey, but it would be being a twin. 2 Berties strapped together, can you imagine? Here Honda, get rid of these vibrations. That'd be a laugh. Nice wide bars, feels really well balanced. It's got quite, seems like it's got quite a low seat. I've just got off Biggles. Biggles hasn't got a low seat. Well, he has. At the flick of a finger, he's got a low seat. But his seat is quite high. This feels quite a narrow to sit on, but in front of you is massive. Huge. I mean, if I compared this to a Himalayan, it'd be like 2 Himalayans next to each other. So the plan is, obviously, seeing as how we're in Suffolk, we've got to do the boatyard road test, and we've got to do the Suffolk road test. We've got a little bit of dual carriageway coming up, which will be nice. There's an awful lot of electronics on here, and I'll show you when we get to the boatyard. I'll just show you the switch gear, because Jesus, it's busy. It's very, very busy. You'll see I'm on tow mode. Don't know what that is. I'm not going to mess about with it too much. Not on this ride, but I'm going to do another ride on it, just to get a better feel for it. So I just noticed then the fueling on it's a little bit lurchy, but I think that's maybe not the fueling. I think that's probably the fact that it's a big twin, and perhaps the gearing. Tips nice round the corners. Very nice, very stable, and this screen is actually really good. I don't know how it'll come out like on the camera, but from a wind point of view, no buffeting at all. Very impressed with that. You know, these bikes got such a reputation for being just amazing. I'm expecting to be amazed. Very different to, you know, the retro bike, or probably a competitor more for Biggles. Don't know where it is price wise. I think it's about the same sort of price as Biggles. I think you probably get a bit more electronics with this than you do even with Biggles. At a slightly higher speed, get a bit more buffeting, but very nice. Very nice. I was just saying to Jake, this is the first time I've ridden a Honda for a very long time, like decades. Yeah, I had a little test ride once on the DeVille, but I decided against that and bought the V-Strom instead. And to be honest, this feels a little bit like the V-Strom, or it sounds like the V-Strom. It's obviously got a bit more poke than the 650 V-Strom, but maybe the 1000 V-Strom. But we'll see how we get on down here. Brakes are good, quite sharp. Don't know how many miles it's done. Is that how many miles it's done? Total 206 miles. It's only done 206 miles this. I don't even know what the running in speed is, so I'll take it steady. It's 1100. I would think the speed isn't too slow. You know, keeping those revs about 4,000 or 5,000. I think that'd be alright. I'm also expecting it to handle the Boatyard Road and the Suffolk Road pretty well, given what it is. Yeah, it's got loads of poke. It's got stacks and stacks of poke. I can say that just from the speeds we're doing here. Yeah, what I don't understand is having two speedos and two gear indicators. I don't understand that. I can see also I'm quite short of petrol, so I'm hoping it's got enough to get to the petrol station. So along here, not too bad at all dealing with those. There's lots of little bumps down that bit, but the main one. Oh no, some water to go through. Pardon me. Very balanced indeed. What's this car gonna do? There we go. No problem. feels massive in front, feels really wide, like Buzz Lightyear or something, you know, with those big shoulders. Yeah, listen to that noise. That's a cool noise, isn't it? So let's see how it goes down here. Yeah, it deals really well with it. It's a little bit bouncy, but not too bad at all. Yeah, obviously better than most of my bikes. I wouldn't say it does it quite as well as Biggles. I think Biggles came down here a little bit quicker. This is a little bit lurchy, quite difficult to keep the throttle steady on it, to be honest, but I am pushing it, you know. Not ordinarily I wouldn't go that fast down here, but I want to see what it's like. We also down here try and do it as though we're in traffic, nice and slow moving traffic. It's not bad, 14 miles an hour, second gear, a little bit lurchy, but manageable, definitely manageable. The balance is just incredible. It feels like it will stand up on its own. That's what it feels like. If I just stopped, it would just stand there without me having to put my feet down or nothing. Amazing. What's my range? Doesn't tell me my range on there. Look at this, marvellous. This is where this sort of vehicle needs to be, isn't it? These sort of roads, this sort of... Yeah, sure, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think? Honda. Long time since I've ridden a Honda. Renowned for build quality, etc, etc. And this Africa Twin is obviously well proven, and quite an amazing bike, really. Quite like the front. Just tried to imitate Biggles, or as Biggles imitated that. It's not really goggles, that. It's like two eyes behind some shaped pieces of glass, but still quite unusual looking. Lovely to look at, really. It looks impressive just as it is. You know, it looks like it's going to do a job. Quite like the colour scheme. Quite like the white, red and blue, and the badge. So lovely to touch. Love that badge. Sort of traditional, isn't it? 1100 twin engine. Look at that. Marvellous. Yeah, it's got, presume one of those is at the front is oil cooler. The other water cooler or liquid cooling, whatever it is. Nice gold wheels, lovely. Twin brakes, Nissan. Single rear shock. Brakes are pretty keen, I've got to be honest. They're really keen, and you can get loads of luggage for it, no trouble at all. But it's these controls. How the hell do you remember all those? Look at it, just unbelievable, really. And cruise control that side, look. So not so much on that side. Something there, what's that? FN, God knows what that is. I have to have a look at that. Yeah, nice. Obviously well built. Screens adjustable, and what I tell you what it has got, what I do like, TFT, it's got this little sorry, it's got this little shield just to keep the sun off that, so you can see it easier. Hand guards, always good, keep the wind off, stop your hands getting knocked by all the branches and stuff as you go through bushes. Yeah, marvellous. Adventure Sports. Look at that, Africa Twin. Having seen so many of them go down the road, now I know what they feel like when they're going down the road. Quite marvellous. So, start, everything on, everything lighting up. Push the button. God, the rider is responsible for safe operation of this vehicle. Use this system only when traffic conditions permit. Okay. How do I get rid of that then? Okay. There we go. Ah, it even works with gloves. Look at that touchscreen. Marvellous. Let's go. Let's go see how it deals with the Suffolk Road. Okay, what's that? What the hell is that? Marvellous. But just give it a go and see what it's like standing up on this. Oh yeah, marvellous, marvellous. It makes me very tall. So, Suffolk Road, let's see what happens. Quiet lane, horses, small children, bicycles, pedestrians and cars. No motorbikes. Well, we're a motorbike and we're on it, so let's see. So the suspension is obviously massively adjustable, but I would say it's a bit harder. It doesn't ride these, but at the moment I'd have to adjust this, make it a bit softer, because it's not riding these quite as well as what I'd like. Look at this sheeps there. Oh, what a view, marvellous. Now I know in there is a massive pothole. Car, another car. So yeah, suspension's a bit hard. Goes well enough though, doesn't it? Oh, it doesn't seem long since those trees were full in blossom. Now they're all finished and all coming into leaf, into Levington. It's got so much torque as this bike. I don't think it particularly wants to be going slow. The settings, the way it's set up at the moment, it wants to be going a bit. But that's the Suffolk Road test, which it passes the Suffolk Road test, no problems. So we'll rule out straight away the taste test. I'm not tasting it. Smell, new engine. Yeah, it smells nice. Yeah, no smell of burning anything, just hot metal. That's all you want to smell. Maybe a bit of hot plastic here and there, and there is quite a lot of plastic on this, but that's okay, because when we get onto touch, it feels lovely. Yeah, you know, Honda are renowned for quality, and this doesn't disappoint. There is a lot of plastic on it, but to touch it, it feels really nice. Paintwork's really good. Badge is nice, like the badge. Disappointed with the clock, obviously. You know, a lot of information. Yes, you can connect your phone and all that business like you can on Biggles, but this has got even more so. And the two speedos and the two gear indicators, they flummox me. I guess that's for, I suspect maybe the sat nav on it takes the whole screen. I don't know. I don't quite get it myself. So the clock, I'm a bit disappointed for it. It's just a bit too much, and having two speed, it just drives me. I don't know. Maybe you think it's handy. So to touch, everything's really good. Everything's really nice to look at. It's unusual. It's an Africa Twin. There is only one Africa Twin, and it's an Africa Twin. Well, there's not. There's about 3 different generations or something. I don't know, but they all look the same. You can identify them. You see them going down the road. You don't go, oh, is it a BM or is it a Triumph? No, you know it's an Africa Twin when it's an Africa Twin. And you know, they're renowned for their capabilities, and so maybe that's what you think when you see it. You think, oh, there's a bike that's going to go everywhere and anywhere. Well, it really goes when you wind it back. Yeah, so to touch is marvellous. To look at, it is what it is, and it's what it represents, I think, when you look at it. That's what I think. It's not everyone's cup of tea, I understand that, but if you want a vehicle to do a job, then you know, this is the bike to go for. So then we get onto sound. I've got to say, it sounds absolutely marvellous. Absolutely marvellous. Yes. Probably moving to bloody marvellous, to be honest. Yeah, it does sound exceptional. And good, just going back to the looks, this screen does a really good job. I'm 6'2", but maybe because the seat's low as well, it all helps. The buffeting's very little at all, which I guess if you're touring, if you're going to go and do real long journeys and stuff, go to Africa maybe, then that's what, you know, that'd be more important, to crunch those miles with a quiet helmet. That'd be good. Yeah, I can see that. And that also adds to the sound. It allows you to hear that sound of that engine that almost sounds like a V-twin, but yeah, it's marvellous. Yeah. So we've done sound, touch, we've done them all, we've done everything. So we're down to that sixth sense. How does it make me feel? I think what we'll do that after I've got some petrol. I reckon that'll do. Put a bit of petrol in, bit of juice, make sure we can get where we're going. Right, rolls off smooth. Now we've got a really short run off here, so this is going to be interesting. We'll have to test its torque here, so I like to get out here so I can get straight and have a look, and then we're away. No trouble. Marvellous. So, just had a quick blast down the A14 there. And need to get onto the mirrors. They're okay. They're not Mickey Mouse ears. They're like Bugs Bunny ears, I'd say. Imagine Bugs Bunny, maybe even if someone hit him over the head with a hammer. They're a bit like that. So they're not Mickey Mouse mirrors, but they're that sort of style, just triangular. It surprised me in that the bars feel really wide, but the mirrors still seem to, you know, they're good, above average I would say, but maybe they could be set up slightly better. I don't know. But they don't show as much as possibly they could do. But yeah, that's the mirrors. So, and the Sixth Sense, how does it make me feel? Well, I've got to say, I've just come down the A14 there, and it's quite a blustery, windy day today. We've had rain and sun and all sorts of stuff, and it doesn't move an inch. I can see why people like it for crunching the miles, but I've probably done about 40-45 miles on it, I don't know, and my bottom's getting a bit numb. My bottom's getting a bit numb. CRF there, you see that? So I'm about ready to get off and stretch it and get rid of that pins and needles. But the Sixth Sense, it makes me feel safe. If I were going off on a long trip where I didn't know what the terrain was going to be, I'd probably go for this. But having ridden the Tiger, I've already got the Tiger. I wouldn't go for this because I'd just go on Biggles. Is this, you know, I think I need to do a back-to-back on that, and I will do that, a comparison, because this is sort of the area Triumph were maybe aiming for with the Tiger 900. I don't know. So that'll be interesting. I'll have to put my mind to that. But yes, would I have one? Yes, I would have one. I think I would definitely have one if I didn't have Biggles and the Triumph didn't exist. It is a nice bike, and I know you can get loads of luggage, and I don't know, it'd have to be more of an expert to split between the two which is best. But for this bike, for me, how do I feel about it? I feel confident in it. I feel like I could go a million miles on it. Yes, definitely. It does make me feel safe and secure, and it makes me feel in command of the road. It really does. It's marvellous. But is it marvellous moving to bloody marvellous? Well, possibly in the right hands, but with me, I'll stick with marvellous, with permission to appeal for bloody marvellous. So that's where I would be with it. The sound is bloody marvellous moving to stupendous, I reckon. I reckon it could be. Yeah. Maybe with a bit of tweaking with the setting up. Yeah. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen, the Honda Africa Twin Adventure Sports. Marvellous bike and perfect setting to say ta-ta, and yeah, we'll do this again.